Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
According to Tuesday, February 18th spoilers for Days of Our Lives, J.J. Devereaux will play Doug Williams III's love doctor, and Belle Black and the phony Rafe Fernandez, also known as Arnold Feniger, will have an intense confrontation. Holly Jonas will reassure Tate Black at the Horton cabin that she is prepared to advance their relationship. Holly will undoubtedly find it tough to forget Doug and his recent revelation, even though she will experience passion with Tate for the first time. According to teasers for days, Doug will confide in JJ when they return to the Horton residence. We'll see if JJ can provide any guidance because it sounds like Doug would benefit from some romantic advice. JJ had a period of being unlucky in love, but now that he is back with Gabby Hernandez, things are looking better for him. Perhaps JJ will reassure Doug that, in one way or another, everything will work out for him as well. According to previews for days, Gabby will support Jada Hunter in Tuesday's DOOL episode. In order to express her disapproval of Rafe, also known as Arnold, and his recent actions, Gabby will team up with Jada. EJ DiMera will then make a proposal to Paulina Price. This will undoubtedly be related to EJ's ambition to take back the position of district attorney and keep trying to get Jada to pay. According to teasers for other days, Belle will have a heated confrontation with Rafe, and she will use the occasion to attack him for harming Jada. It's clear that Rafe won't be himself during this heated argument, so Belle might be wondering what happened to the good-hearted, honorable man everyone once knew. Arnold will still do his best to portray Rafe, but there will be plenty of doubt due to his apparent personality changes. Stay tuned for predictions on all the mounting drama as Jada and Rafe get into another confrontation. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that as the plot reaches a significant conclusion, the Rafe and Arnold exchange will result in more startling revelations. What a pleasant surprise. What is the event? Steve stated. No occasion. I only came to greet you, Stephanie said. Kayla declared that unless Steve or Stephanie needed her for anything, she was heading out for work. Steve said, "Not that I can think of." Steve urged Kayla to maintain her optimistic attitude about the hospital as she began to leave. "I feel confident that everything will work out," Steve remarked. Kayla went out. Stephanie laughed as she remarked, "It's unbelievable that she truly believes we forgot your anniversary." "Little honey, hurry up," Steve stated. "We have work to do." Banners, balloons, and photos of Steve and Kayla were used by Steve and Stephanie to adorn the space. Stephanie remarked, "I hope Mom isn't too upset with us. I didn't need to say anything for her to bring up our special day. She is obstinate, though," Steve observed. "She wanted me to say something first." Stephanie questioned her father about his amorous tendencies. Steve said no, shaking his head. Steve questioned, "Have you ever heard the story of my first Valentine's Day gift to your mom?" "No," Stephanie answered. Steve explained to Stephanie how he gave Kayla wind-up chattering teeth after she gave him a card. Stephanie chuckled. Steve remarked, "I told you I had a lot to learn about romance." When Steve inquired about Stephanie's plans for the day, she replied that she would be joining Alex for dinner. Steve remarked, "I assumed he was seeing that Joy Wesley girl. He ended their relationship. And we've reconciled," Stephanie stated. Steve expressed his happiness that Stephanie had heeded his counsel to never give up on love. Did it have to be another karaoke's? Steve smirked. Steve expressed his happiness for Stephanie. In a medical exam room, Johnny and Chanel thanked Kayla for making place for them. In fact, there have been a few cancellations. Kayla remarked, "I guess people finally learned that the hospital is filing for bankruptcy." Kayla went on to say that she hoped the hospital may be saved. Chanel and Johnny both mentioned how important the hospital was to them. "You're correct. A year ago today you were married here." Kayla wished them a happy anniversary. "I'll give you back," Johnny remarked. When Kayla brought up Chanel's blood work, she affirmed that she wasn't prepared to become pregnant. "I apologize." "I understand you don't want to hear it," Kayla added. "What's wrong?" inquired Johnny, bewildered. According to Kayla, there were signs that Chanel might be developing a new tumor. "Is it cancerous?" Chanel inquired. Kayla clarified that additional testing would be required. I'm sure it's a low risk even if it is, Kayla remarked. In order to keep an eye on Chanel's blood work, Kayla suggested that she postpone getting pregnant. It simply means we need to exercise a little more patience, don't we? Oh, said Johnny. Kayla said that she didn't believe her problems would stop her from getting pregnant in the future when Chanel questioned. Kayla continued, there's always a chance that you could get pregnant with another molar. For her assistance, Chanel thanked Kayla. Johnny gave Chanel a hug. Chanel and Johnny went back to the waiting area to complete the remaining papers after the exam. I am aware that's not the news we were expecting. But see, we're going to take care of it and it's a low-risk tumor, Johnny remarked. Johnny maintained that Chanel's well-being came first. Chanel remarked, I was just really excited about us having a baby and starting a family. Johnny concurred. Amy, Tate, and Sophia were waiting tensely for Kayla to give them a diagnosis in another hospital exam room. Kayla clarified that she thought Sophia had suffered from a typical ache caused by her abdominal ligaments being stretched. Sophia and Tate told each other they had been afraid, while Kayla went to get a booklet with information about treatment. Sophia's hand was held by Tate. I don't comprehend, Amy remarked. You both seem to care so much about this baby, even though you say you want to give your child away. We want to give it away because we care, Tate stated. That's what I've been trying to tell you, Mom, Sophia replied, nodding. All we want is what's best for the child. After some time, Amy consented to let the adoption proceed as long as she was happy with a couple Sophia had chosen. Sophia was so happy that she thanked Amy and gave her a hug. Sophia thanked her mother for changing her mind after Tate had left, and she addressed. Amy claimed to have understood that Sophia's scheme went beyond simple self-interest. I do care how you feel about this. I will therefore try my utmost to honor your choice. You have my love, Amy remarked. I also love you, Sophia said. Tate texted Holly in the hallway to let her know he was going to be late. Tate noticed Johnny and Chanel when he looked up from his phone. Johnny questioned, What are you doing here? Sophia needed to see a doctor, but she was all right, Tate stated. Johnny inquired as to if Amy's situation had improved when Tate revealed Sophia's mother was present. According to Tate, Amy ultimately consented to adoption. Tate remarked, Now we just need to find the right couple. Johnny and Chanel exchanged glances. Perhaps you just did, Johnny remarked. Stephanie contended at the Johnson residence that Kayla would be incensed because Steve had misrepresented an ankle injury. Steve remarked, I had to come up with an excuse to get her to come home. They shouted, surprise, as they leaped out from behind the couch as Kayla walked in. Steve wished Kayla a happy anniversary and gave her a bunch of yellow roses.